Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how you can hang curtains on an outdoor pergola, just like this. You can see the pergola, once it's assembled, provides great sun protection up top, but nothing on the side. So hopefully this video can help you out if you have, early morning sun coming up and you want some side protection, so to speak. This is my particular setup, and again, we've got great shade up top, but nothing on the side. So before we get started, let me show you the pergola that I'm dealing with here. I'll put a link in the description below for a similar pergola. This one happens to have a kind of built-in bar counter area, which is a really nice little feature. And it's pretty much all metal. And so we're going to be having to drill through parts of this. It's a really easy do-it-yourself job, by the way. But this is kind of what I'm looking at, just a visual tour of this pergola before we actually start the project. We've got fabric up there, and so I happen to have picked out a curtain that kind of aesthetically goes with this pergola setup. And also the hardware will be matching in color. So what you're going to need is a drill bit. And I'll put links down below for the hardware that I have. But let me show you what we're going to be doing. First of all, we're going to be drilling a small hole through this metal, as you can see here. And you're going to want a drill bit that can penetrate metal. You don't want to use a wood drill bit, for example. We're going to be drilling a small hole through both sides of this particular beam. This is going to be the starting point, or the anchor for where we're going to be hanging our curtain. Next, I'm going to take this little eye bolt here and I'm going to slide it through the hole that we just drilled. Again, there were two holes on each side, and we'll take a little nut here and tighten that up. Okay, so here's kind of what it looks like. We just need an anchor point to hang our curtains from. All right, next we'll be taking these little curtain rings. Again, I'll link everything below here. I like these. They seem to match, the finish matched the pergola color-wise really well. Next, we're going to take a little hook like this, and this basically allows for tension adjustment. It's got screws on each side that will basically unscrew and kind of come out a little further or go in a little further based on the direction that you tie them, providing lots of tension. Next, we're going to take a rope. You could certainly use a cable if you wanted ultra tension. Take a little rope here and slide it through the bolt, as you can see, just like that, and we'll tie a knot right there. Of course, I'm doing this with one hand. We'll tie that up, and you could take a lighter and singe those edges if you're using rope so that it doesn't come unraveled, but a nice sturdy double knot, and we'll do the same thing with the other side. But before we secure the other side of the rope, we'll need to put on all of the little rings for the curtain. So we'll slide these little rings through, or slide the rope through the little rings here, and we'll put all of them on. Now they are kind of heavy. They are made of metal, so the more you put on, obviously the heavier it will be. So if you're using rope, that might be an issue affecting your tension. So use less if you need to. And again, you see what I mean there? It's kind of fraying at the end, so you could singe that up with a lighter just to make sure that doesn't fray anymore. And then we'll just pull that rope really tight with the curtain rings on there. Okay, and we're going to get it as tight as we can, and these little tension adjusters you can see are going to be pretty much all the way out as we tighten that rope, because we want to get it as tight as possible manually before we start turning those pieces and tightening up the rope. Okay, so here's what it looks like with those tension pieces turned. You can see the rope is pretty darn straight, and once that's done, we can go ahead and take I had secured the location where I want things to be with these little pins. So I'll clip the rings onto the curtain, equally spaced out, of course, and now we have a nice sliding curtain system providing extra shade in the morning hours. And that's pretty much it. A couple more angles here for you. Obviously, you could use one curtain as opposed to two, but I thought this was a little more aesthetically pleasing. And pretty functional, too. If I'm only sitting on one side, I don't have to, use one curtain and string it all the way over. And that is it. Really easy do-it-yourself job.